I'm going to talk about the Club World Cup since it started and some of the important matters or important factors of the Club World Cup so far that deserves to be highlighted so you know how things have been happening in terms of the Club World Cup. It is being played in the United States of America and it's exciting. 32 teams have been in action so far. The games will continue this evening as we've got Chelsea against Palmeiras. Now, my three highlights of the Club World Cup before I get to the local stories. Today, the foreign stories is more about the Club World Cup because it is still trending because the results that we've had are done. Yes, we saw PSG lose to Botafogo. We've got games coming on today. So, I want to talk about the Club World Cup. My three highlights from the 2025 Club World Cup are as follows. Number one, I've seen intensity and grit from the South American teams. If you've been watching the games, you've seen how they've been performing. Like I said, join us on Facebook and let's show you images of the team that hail from South America that have been involved in the competition. So you can join your Facebook app. If you can join us on Facebook, you can still listen to everything that I'm going to talk about in the next 5 minutes. Intensity and grit from the South American teams is something that has been a key point when it comes to the Club World Cup this summer. Benfica's game against Boca Juniors is a perfect example. If you watch that game, you saw what happened in that encounter. Yes, you saw how the two teams performed in the game. You saw the red card situation as well as other instances. I beg your pardon. Well, let's continue. Now, aside Benfica, there's Palmeiras who made light work of the biggest club in Africa, that is Nadi Al Ahly. They are the champions when it comes to African football. Record holders of the CAF Champions League, and you saw how Palmeiras dealt with Al Ahly at the Club World Cup yesterday. The other team is Botafogo, who played against PSG. The other team is Botafogo, who played against PSG. If you monitor that game, you saw how PSG were stressed in the match. Intensity and grit at its finest. 16 shots, 2 on target for PSG. That should tell you that they did not come to play. They played well and they defended well. And after the game, we heard Luis Enrique say that it was the most difficult game defensively for him because if you watched how Botafogo were defending, his attackers were not doing anything that could threaten Botafogo. So the game ended 1-0 and it was the Brazilians who won that encounter. Now tonight we'll be awaiting the Flamengo-Chelsea game. It's at 6 p.m. So this evening we will see what Flamengo will do against Chelsea because the South American teams have been exceptional so far in the competition. Now away from that, the second point for me highlighting the Club World Cup is the weather conditions that we've seen at the FIFA Club World Cup. 3 games have been suspended for more than 20 minutes. In fact, the Palmeiras game against Al Ahly was suspended for 45 minutes. Sundowns against Ulsan Hyundai, Palmeiras against Nadi Al Ahly, as well as Pachuca against Salzburg have all been suspended. The weather conditions in USA is just something else. Now, in this same weather conditions, I would like to talk about the heat conditions in the games that you've been watching. PSG and Atletico Madrid, the two teams complained. There are pictures of what the two teams said after the game. Marcos Llorente was complaining. Luis Enrique complained. Atletico Madrid players were complaining. Their gaffer Diego Simeone also complained. European broadcasters benefit from the times that the matches have been scheduled because, for instance, in Ghana, if you monitor our time frame as compared to that of the USA, we lead them by 4 hours. In some cities, 5 hours. Now, because of that, if the game is being played there at 4 p.m., the game is being played there at 12. So that should tell you that imagine that you are playing a big game like that at 12 noon at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium at the Accra Sports Stadium. That should clarify the heat conditions that the players are playing in. So for me, it is also another highlight that most people have been talking about, and then it will usher into the new season, the August season in the Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, and the rest. How will these teams perform? Because we all thought it was going to be a preseason format for them, but it is intense competition with heat, with weather problems as well. Away from that, to other areas. Point 3, which is highlighting the Club World Cup for me. Now, the most impressive thing about this World Cup for me has been the refereeing situations. I've been so excited so much. so excited. I won't lie to you about that. If you've monitored the Club World Cup, you clearly see that this time around the referees are doing so well. We've got the ref camera, that is the body cam on the referee, so the fans can have a view of what happened in the referee's perspective. Yes, and that's one thing that we need to commend Pelugi Colina as well, because we all thought that we will have situations where the normal refereeing that we've seen in the competitions that we've observed in the UEFA Champions League, the League, Premier League, the Bundesliga, Serie A, and the likes, no, we all thought that was going to be the same thing, but it is different this time around. The refereeing in the Club World Cup has been exceptional. The body cam, the 8 seconds rule, where if a goalkeeper keeps the ball for 8 seconds, a corner kick is given to the opponent. We've seen that on 2 occasions. In the Sundowns game against Ulsan Hyundai, we saw that, and it was awarded to Hyundai to take that corner kick, but it could not yield any result. Yassine Bono for Al Hilal also had a similar situation against Real Madrid, where the game was ending in a 1-1 stalemate, and then he was trying to delay. He held the ball for 8 seconds. The referee decided that it was a corner kick for Real Madrid. Now, I want you to listen to what Pelugi Colina said regarding the refereeing situation, and then how they want to improve. Another situation that he wanted to curb, or a problem that he wanted to deal with, was the offside rule, the semi-automated offside, whereby it takes a lot of time before the decision is taken. He spoke about that. Listen to FIFA's chairman for the referee committee, that is Pelugi Colina, right here on Y1025 FM.
Well, we are working to improve the quality of the technology in implementing the match, and the developed version of the semi-automated offside technology will make decisions on offside incidents faster and more accurate. One of the issues we have is when the assistant referee has to keep the flag down, not to stop in attacking phase, possibly leading in a goal scoring opportunity, because there is an uncertain offside position, and then they decide what to do at the end. But sometimes players have to run 40 meters, and after the 40 meters, the assistant referee raises the flag. This is a risk for players because they can pick up an injury. So if we can manage to get the assistant referee supported by technology in avoiding to keep the flag down when needed, this makes the offside decision faster.
At the FIFA Club World Cup, we will implement several innovations aiming to improve the fan experience. The referee body camera will provide an exciting new camera angle to the fans. The advanced semi-automated offside technology make the decision-making process as fast as possible. And then the live footage that we display on the giant screen will help to better understand the decisions that the referees take after an on-the-field review.
Having a camera worn by the referee will give the TV viewers the possibility to put themselves in the referee's shoes, and they will watch what the referee can see live during match. It's a new experience. Is also understanding what the referee can see during different phases of play, and yeah. I think it will also offer the possibility to TV viewers to understand how referee's job is difficult. Because sometimes you can understand that it's very difficult.
There you have it from Pelugi Colina, the chairman for the referees committee at FIFA, concerning how referees have performed. So these are my 3 highlights. Once again, the South American intensity and grit, the weather conditions in USA, and then finally the refereeing has been impressive. Tonight we will see some games as well. Boca Juniors play against Bayern Munich. Chelsea are in action against Flamengo as well. So we will see how the 2 teams or the 4 teams perform.